down with BCP? The following content is intended for a mature audience. Only viewer discretion is strongly advised.
Yeah. To the tune of OPP, minority by nature. No time for idle chitter chat and petty iterations. Teaming to me exponentially like I'm Barack's inauguration. Erratic calculations, nah, I runs the infinite. Only way I slow me down is with some calc and by a limit. They might no longer show the work to answer self-evident. Some truth should be proclaimed in the Declaration of Independence. Things not instantaneous can be approximated by adding up our changes till everything integrated. Word to my partners in calculus. Yo, you down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. Integral, grind exponential. You down with BCP? That's the way we rotate radiannually. You down with BCP? Down with BCP? You down with BCP? You down with BCP? That's the way we do things limitlessly. Yeah. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Let's blow. Switch the flow. Shift the tempo. Down with BCP? Down with BCP? You down with BCP? You down with BCP? That's the way we do things limitlessly. Yeah. You down with BCP?
Oh my goodness, bro.
Let's blow. Switch the flow. Shift the tempo. Yeah.
Must be taking a karate class or something. I don't know what's going on.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm just trying to remain happy. How are you guys doing?
Remaining happy.
Foster pulled himself out of the show. I don't know. What's up, guys? How you guys doing tonight, man? It's another off-season Bears show. We're talking about Bears when there's no Bears to talk about. This is what makes BCP, right?
What? No
Yes, sir.
chats?
Yeah, what? No super chats? Why was
What?
that
No
so
super
white?
chats?
Yeah.
Already.
I'm 40 seconds into the show and there's no super chats? Like, geez.
Already. Gotta have those super chats on board.
That me? Carl.
Carl.
Chad Spear. He's not. I
Who
didn't
was
see
it
him
that
anything.
I already forgot who I even stole that from. That was from what's his name? He was formerly of the podcast that I hate so much that I already forgot. Yeah, I forgot the name. Yeah,
Nicholas Moriano.
Thank you. I've already forgot the names of the podcast and the man who said
Are you
it.
talking about David Kaplan's whipping boy?
No, I'm not. But oh my God,
He
look.
literally is.
Jerry is
Now we-
Craven.
Now we have a super chat from Jerry is Craven, Buck99 saying, "Make Carl say something nice about Jervon Dexter."
Come
Come
on, man.
Come on.
You can say something nice.
For
Come on.
$2, you got to say something nice. Come on, Carl. Come on, say something nice.
What is this, an episode of Billy on the Street? For $2,
Yeah.
make him say something. No.
For
I'm not
$2,
gonna
you
do
got to
it.
make him say something nice.
Why,
Come on.
why don't you make him? Why don't you
Come
make
on.
him do something nice for me?
Come on, man. Gotta say something nice. Come on.
He was an NFL draft pick. Yay! Woo! Yeah.
There you go. That's something nice. That's something nice. There you go.
That is something nice.
Yeah. Listen, we got an old friend of the
Vegas,
show.
he's not wanted. He's not wanted for anything or didn't do anything dumb, did he? I don't think so.
No. We have an old friend of the
Terrion
show.
Arnold
I'm
did.
just going on the thumbnail. I'm swaying towards the thumbnail. You know, I'm kind of. But he's good. He's good. I think seems like a decent guy. He's just he better pick it up right now. That's what I'll say about that.
Are you guys done?
Please.
Okay. Just as I was saying, we have an old friend of the show coming up as our guest tonight. Triple R will be joining us in a little bit, and then we can continue talking about how much you like or dislike Jervon Dexter. But I believe that we should save the Bears talk for when we have our guest on and just get into the everyday life of shit. How's it going? How have your dumps been lately? You guys taking psyllium husk? You guys eating plenty of fiber? What's going on? How are your dumps? 1 or 2 wipes? Is it 10 wipes? What's going on?
Today's chat poll.
Right. I mean,
How many wipes does it take to get to the end of a
I'm all
fucking
good,
clean
man.
piece of tissue paper? Toilet paper. I can see Trips back there shaking his head like, you got to be kidding me.
hey,
Trips is coming right into his own territory talking about this shit again, man. This motherfucker was in the hospital back in the day when he was on BCP before he went on a Nomad's channel and then started doing his own stuff, which is pretty awesomely crazy, awesome stuff. We'll talk about that when he comes on the show. But this dude was in a hospital.
Yeah.
On our show. It was during the draft, I think.
Yeah.
On
We were
hacked up
we were
on
talking
Dilaudid.
about it before the show, Shorty.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And
He's
bourbon.
and bourbon. Yeah. I'm sure.
That's what all those said anyway. That was all those comments. Yeah, that's just Trips and Dilaudid and bourbon, or bourbon and Dilaudid. I don't remember which way he said it, but it was funny. I had to be there. Skip it.
Oh my God. Jay Grizz says.
Do it again, Trips.
Jay Grizz just said, I just ate White Castle and my stomach is already killing me. Dude.
It's
I've had White Castle twice in my life, and the first time was like, The second time was the worst experience I've ever had in my life as far as the bathroom goes. And then, like, recently one day, before my coronary artery disease diagnosis, I was at Walgreens like 2 months before that, and I saw a 4-pack of sliders from White Castle. I was like, oh my God, I haven't had that in so long that actually looks good. They were on sale for like $2.50 a box for a pack of 4. So I bought a couple boxes, and I was like, man, this is evil. Like, now I love those things. And then I find out I have coronary artery disease. I'm like, shit, I can't eat that anymore. And now I just, man, I go into my freezer. I'm like, I got his chicken and salmon in this motherfucker. No White Castle burgers anymore. What am I going to do? I got to eat salad and shit for the rest of my life. Like, are you kidding me, man? So listen, enjoy all the food you guys can eat, man, and then go get your heart taken care of. Make sure you're okay. That's all I have to say.
you sure that's all you can say, bro?
No, I have a lot more. I can keep going.
I was wondering.
How was your week, BJ?
You don't have to listen to Shorty, bro. I can't complain about nothing.
Yeah.
A plane can crash into my house, but hey, I'm good.
I mean, here. So my tire's leaking again because I forgot, because for some reason it didn't lose air and I never found the screw or whatever's in it. And then all this other crap happened, but I can't even remember anymore. And it was like just a bad few days again. But you know, shit. Shut up. Woke up. We woke up, man. Thank you, God.
Hey, you woke up, opened your coffin, and then you saw sunlight again. That's all that matters. Next thing you know, there's some missing. There's some
close it again, Shorty, for 20 more minutes.
But then next thing you know, there's like 20 more missing people in the Chicagoland area, and nobody knows where they went to, and it's because of you.
It was warm this morning. It's only 4 or 5.
Oh man, Armando Lara Jr. says, having a stress test done July 1st, my heart has been acting up again. Man, I hope you're okay, Armando. I hope everything goes well with your stress tests. Mine went phenomenally well, considering a 2000 CT score for my calcium scan on my heart. So I wish you the best. We're praying for you, Armando.
Yeah, absolutely, Armando. I fully agree. I popped in. I wanted to ask Dan if Dan is continuously seeing his doctor and if things are constantly scheduled and there's a open line of communication, because good buddy Adam Mason over at Bear Down Sports will also tell you, oh, I've got health issues, I'm fat, this, that, the other. And I jokingly just keep telling him, yep, peptides. So I threw it in the old Google machine. Can peptides help coronary artery disease? And it says that it's a little bit experimental, but it does work. So
what are
Dan,
peptides?
my understanding, this is very, very unprofessional, uneducated talk right here. Peptides are essentially a stack of vitamins a combination of vitamins, and the vitamins end up, the peptides end up doing something, right? Normally, it's associated with you losing weight, gaining muscle, but I feel like whoever's in office right now, he's the guy who's either in charge of the FDA, something. He's gung ho for it. Robert F. Kennedy, I believe. He's big into the peptides. So again, I'm not going to say anything to anyone. I'm just saying maybe Dan should ask his doctor about
Hey, listen,
peptides.
I talk to my doctor all the time. It's called Chat GPT because
this show has been concluded. Thank you for watching.
Because how am I going to talk to my fucking cardiologist, man? I can't. I talk now. There's that portal to talk to your doctor. I talk to him. I ask him questions. He doesn't respond. So then my doctor now becomes Chat GPT, and I'll ask my doctor Chat GPT if peptides are okay, and I should get a fairly decent answer.
But unironically, I was just asking if you have visits and things scheduled where you are speaking with a non-AI doctor. So
yeah, one day I would hope that would be the case. So let's get into our chat before we bring on our guest, Triple R. I don't want to keep him back there too long. King Buka World, man, thanks for joining us tonight. We got Levante Rogers joining us saying my heart stuff came back normal. Thank God. Good for you, my friend. Dan Brown saying I have AFib, heart failure. Wow, 3 cardioverts. Keep going into AFib. Wow, that is terrible news, and I wish you the best, man.
Man.
I'm
Dan's long time BCP guy. I don't know if you guys know.
Tony Moy. What's up, Tony Moy? And then we got ready, PJ?
Minister.
The best for you there, Dan.
Charles
Johnson.
He's a baller, man. I hate him though. Like Michigan guy, I can't stand him, man.
Armando Lara Jr. Jay Grizz is joining us tonight. Grizzly Bear, what's up, my man? Thank you for joining us tonight. Cueto Total Recall. Nomad doesn't know why you got beef with him.
Hey, dude, did you cut Patty again or what?
No, it's Patty.
I know you always like to throw Patty out.
Yeah, I love to ban Patty from our show. Like an asshole.
Hey, Patty there.
I want to thank you again, Jerry is craving for your $1.99 super chat. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. John 3313 saying, "What's up, BCP boys? Fuck Green Bay." Thank you guys for joining us tonight, man.
Are we ready for another AI-sponsored blurb on peptides?
Wait. Benjamin Williams, thank you for joining us. Fuck Green Bay always. Okay, go ahead.
Well, if you're going to talk about Benjamin Williams, then I want to talk about his prior comment, which was incredible. He deserves it. I don't know if Foster wants to read this one out for the audio listeners. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna throw anyone out of the bus. I mean that's hilarious. Anyway, gentlemen.
Benjamin Williams said David Kaplan is an asshole. He met him once. That's what it said.
Well,
right?
Foster, why would you say that about David Kaplan?
David Kaplan's a fucking. I'm not going to sit here and shit on David Kaplan on air, but I don't like him.
I got myself in trouble, PJ. I got myself in trouble.
That's why I
got myself in trouble.
Wait a second.
You was doing, Carl. You know what you was doing. Lead him down the pathway. You know.
I pulled a Terrion Arnold.
Oh. Why do we get a good hair? Yeah, there you go, Peach.
We have a Patty Lara sighting. Fuck Green Bay, she says. Patty, I promise you I will not accidentally block you. I promise you. Welcome back. I love you. Thank you for joining us again. Oh, man. You guys want to bring on one of our longest tenured friends of this channel. I cannot wait to hear his voice again. I cannot wait to see his face and hear his voice. Let's bring on the one, the only, Triple R.
Triple.
What up?
Real quick, Trips. For people that might not know, I think almost everybody in our chat knows, but where can people catch you again?
Well, of course, YouTube? There's Wednesdays and Sundays. We're doing the the Bears talk. We're doing all kinds of things at Nomad at Night and some extra sauce on Wednesday over there at the Nomad Network. But and Kids a Canuck, shout out to them, of course, Kids and Nomad. But what Foster is alluding to is my individual greatness, I do believe, and that would be the Sports Chicago style umbrella. But that includes branches for some of our contributors there to the Sports Chicago Style Network, including Chef Trips, who, to the point of some of your talk about what you can and can't eat, whether it be because of taste buds or dietary restrictions or requirements, Chef Trips at his channel at Chef Trips tries to modernize recipes that are somewhat healthier than the restaurant components or the fast food comparables. So you can make them all at home according to whatever requirements you may have or foods you may have. Just little substitutions, alternates here and there. So we got that going for the feeding of the temple, if you will, and for the protection of the temple and for the stretching of the muscles and the ligaments and the joints. Coach Tripping and Trip, they're still developing their the Fight, the Flow, the Foundation Trip Kundo, which is a self-defense, basic self-defense techniques and all of that at Trip Kundo, TRIPPKUNEDO. So those are some of the realms that we try to give back to the community as a whole from Sports Chicago Style. So that, Mr. Uncle Fucker Motherfucking Foster, is where you can find us.
I love what you've got going on your channel, Trips, man. It's kind of like I thought about doing something very similar when I started this channel, and I just never had the balls to do it. But you have done it, and I love it, man. It's awesome.
Well, then there's also
like restaurant food.
It's restaurant food. No, it's grocery store food. It's food that you just can get that you make taste like restaurant quality.
Well, this is what I was going to say. It's restaurant food that's a little healthier for you than restaurant food, for sure.
Well, there's that.
A quicker way and maybe a little more cost-effective way at some point to.
Well, that too. And as PJ will attest, we try to minimize the contact with those white devils.
Right.
And so we want to cut out the white the flours and the blanched flours. We want to cut out those
refined white sugars and
sugars and the whole milks, and we want to use the nut milk. Settle down, Carl. Pause. And we want to utilize the whole wheat. So we want to utilize things that may taste a little bit different, but they can still be satiating and tasty.
All right, well done.
I'm gonna go
with
goat milk, man. I'm gonna try some goat milk because it's the closest you're gonna get to like my girlfriend's breasts don't work anymore, so I'm not getting milk there.
Well, I mean, you have to be lactating, and those old heifers you be dealing with, they didn't dry it up long ago, Foster. Who are we fooling? Who are we fooling, sir?
Tricks, she's only 32, dude.
Only 32. All right, now how many is that in people years?
Not horse years, Foster. Human years.
Let's keep it real.
Look at man, now I'm an Indian because I'm all red. Quite.
You mean a Native American? You motherfucking racist! What are you talking about?
Settle down, Kimotabe. Settle down.
You know what? I'll ask my kids which one they prefer.
Oh man. Trips, it is great to see you again. It's great to hear your voice, man. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Well,
Absolutely.
as always, thanks for having me. And I would be remiss if I didn't start out. Well, how your mama doing?
Well, my mom is doing actually pretty well. She had breast cancer and defeated it, and it hasn't metastasized yet. And other than her weight issue, she's her diabetes is down. She's stopped taking insulin. So I appreciate you asking you that, man. Thank you.
Right on, right on.
Thank you.
And is she still crazy?
As
Yeah.
a motherfucker, yep.
Yeah.
Crazy as a
Okay,
motherfucker, yep.
You know, I just want to make sure everything was everything. So that's
Just like
good.
I got it from her.
Well, that's true. You did get it honest.
Yeah,
You
I
get
did.
it honest.
Well,
I did.
Trips, I guarantee she's still rolling. I was sitting with her like 4 weeks ago at a function, and she's
party.
still on the ball, man.
My cousin had a
More than
50th.
her son.
My cousin had a 50th surprise birthday party, and Foster came in for it, and I was wonderful that he came in. We had a great time, so he got to see my family. He was there for my 50th birthday party. He was there when Jason UK Bears was in. He was there for Chris Watts when he came in. He was there for my cousin's 50th birthday party. Like Foster's been a good friend, a good friend.
Good
It's only
step
like 90,
father.
100.
Oh,
Only
Yeah.
like 9. It's only like 90, 100 miles, man. So it ain't
He's a
bad.
good stepfather there. For
And he gets there in 30 minutes.
That's the beautiful thing about this community and these motherfucking Bears and that cheap ass McCaskey and that pitbull ass Kevin Warren, that you can bring these sickos like everyone you see on the screen, like all of these bastards in the chat. You know what I'm saying? In the goddamn July, I'm sorry, check that. In the end of June, when the players are out, on vacation, out doing felonious assaults or whatever they may be doing, we are
Yes.
here talking
Kidnapping.
about our team.
Yes.
We are here supporting each other, beyond the gridiron. Hey, how your family doing? We know what kind of health struggles people are having. We know what kind of things our fellow Bears fans' families are doing. And so that's the camaraderie and the beauty and the love of the Bear fan community. Whatever chat you may be a part of or whatever podcast you listen to, that love is all there. And when we all say FGB, we know what that means.
Mhm.
And we know the nomenclature, we know the terms, we know what we mean when we mean it. Because guess what? We are together all the goddamn time, and we know each other better than some of our friends and family. So a shout out to all of my fellow Bears fans, brothers and sisters.
Bravo.
Well
Pete,
said,
Pete,
Trips.
Wait, Pete, he's got to get one of these. Quite.
hey, Trip, do you remember that cartoon back in the day?
Commander McBride.
Commander McBride?
Commander Mc.
Bragg.
What was his catchphrase? What did it look like?
Do it, Foster.
Quite.
He was the European guy with the monocle that had the eyes real squinty. He'd be like doing stuff.
He had the monocle, but he would always tell a story. It'd be like a really exaggerated story, I guess. And at the end of it, he always says, quite.
And he's always messing with this pipe. I was in the bush when I came upon 4 British Bears fans.
I do. Well, but see, here's the thing, though, because black don't crack, as we all know. But when we shave it, I would have like that snow around the brim and all this, like these 2 fuckers all these fuckers on the screen do. So we are of the same generation. So yeah, I remember those. Because do you remember the cartoon We'll Never Make It?
Oh yeah. Glum. We're doomed.
Glum.
We'll never make it. You're doomed.
See, that was always my nickname for PJ.
What?
When they hired Kevin Warren.
What?
PJ was glum like a motherfucker.
I don't remember that now. Hold on now. Wait a minute. I don't remember that one. I thought it was positive.
That reminded me of the Tom and Jerry episode with the white mouse that was explosive. You guys remember that one?
I do.
And in the end, he he thinks that that Jerry is like not the white mouse, so he like smashes him, and it's really the white mouse, and it blows up, and the whole house blows up. And the last scene is of Tom. He goes, or the cat. He goes, "Don't you believe it?" I'll never forget that shit.
Don't you believe
You know, but the
it?
beautiful thing was the next episode, there he was.
Yep.
It was beautiful. That's
Like
like real life.
every morning, man. Just showed up.
Listen, it is just like right back in, like you never left, Trips, man. Great to have you back, man. And I want to say we forgot Mr. Mayhem, by the way. Mr. Mayhem!
Never forget Mr. Mayhem.
Thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey, girl.
Man.
And Patty jumped in, man, after I blocked her, and she left for like 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 shows, and it was an accident. It's a freaking accident, Patty. I promise you it was an accident.
I think she accidentally came back and said, "Oh crap, wrong show."
Right?
She thought she was watching the bar room. Somebody famous just died. Clyde Davis passed away.
Well,
Did I get that right?
But being here and mentioning the bar room, all respect due to the Podfather.
Which is his Twitter account got hacked, by the way.
Why?
Like hacked and taken over by
Yeah.
some Chloe 3 person. Like, you kidding me, man? Like, this is ridiculous.
Man,
What
Elmo
was it?
can't do nothing to fix that.
No shit. What's the world coming down to, man? Like, you have to make your password a phrase. You know, you'll never remember it. You got to like reset your password every time you want to log in your own shit.
And it's like you got to. Well, like you that was too close to your last one.
Yeah. Exactly. And Matt, the passwords are too close to each other.
Kind of like they're going steady or something, huh?
Yeah, exactly, man. Dan Brown says he misses Dan Aguirre. I do too, man. Dan Aguirre was he was the shit, man. We should try to get him on the show again here soon.
Dan Aguirre, his mind of Bears facts.
Yes.
Where he could put the dates, the times, the games, the scores, what he had for breakfast, and just total recall of instant Bears history. You know, that's a podcast in itself, for fuck's sake.
Total Recall makes me think of when they're falling down the hill in the end of the movie. You know, they're running out of air.
The oxygen, the thing blows up. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you was, geez.
Oh man.
I thought you was talking about Men in Black there for a minute.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that was a different.
Yeah.
Oh man, you guys, I love you guys, man. Armando says, "What's funny is I have BCP on my phone and Looney Tunes on my TV."
What a combination, bro! What a combination!
As many times as we've seen them shits, it's just you put it on and it's like, okay, holler at me for a few seconds. Okay, but it's the classics because you know nowadays everything's a remake or I just don't understand some of this generation in their quote unquote aura and they tight ass pants.
Yeah, me either.
And I don't know, but home is where the comfort is.
Absolutely, that's where we are. We are here right now. This feels like home, man. Having you back on with us.
There it is. That's what's
Thursday night.
Yep. Jack Meoff says Dan Aguirre has a lot of charisma. Didn't he say he did
radio?
Radio?
A little bit too fast there, Shorty. Said that just a little bit too
Jack
fast.
Meoff, yeah. You guys want to Jack Meoff?
You can jack me high, jack me low.
Absolutely not.
Spaghetti, motherfucker. Spaghetti, motherfucker. We like literally still have it in our
spaghetti, motherfucker, spaghetti. Yeah,
archives.
Nice. I'm a mean
spaghetti with the sauce. You don't have spaghetti without the sauce.
I just love this part.
Spaghetti, motherfucker, spaghetti.
Spaghetti without the sauce.
Get spaghetti without the sauce. What the? Because I was like, you mean like just spaghetti noodles?
It ain't spaghetti then, Pete.
You were like,
really
no.
Spaghetti, motherfucker, spaghetti. Yeah, no, that's just beautiful.
Spaghetti with the sauce. You don't have spaghetti without the sauce.
Oh man,
Facts.
Jack Mehoff. Dan Aguirre does do radio. He has won many awards for doing sports radio talk, and he is he's a living legend in his own community. So, yeah, you are correct about that.
Spaghetti, motherfucker, spaghetti. Yeah.
Excuse me, didn't mean to do that. Hold on.
Spaghetti, motherfucker.
He does an
He's trying to
overnight
reach-
show too. So you guys, I don't know.
He does. And then we got
I listen to it a month, but it's late and it's out of Westwood. It's on the East Coast time zone.
Dan Brown says his late wife was like Dan Brown, or Dan Aguirre, but with the Seahawks as far as facts go. So
yeah.
Sorry to hear about your late wife, Dan Brown.
Yeah, Dan.
Moment of silence. All right, man. So what do you guys want to talk about tonight, man? You want to talk about the NFC North, like the all the felons? We got a felon in the
You know what I was going to say? Give us the rundown. Is it who are the culprits we got going in our division here?
Well, you got the running back from the Packers. What's his name?
Josh
Jacobs. But of course, he's like, hey, mutual combatants or self-defense, or it wasn't me. So he's going that route. But did you all actually
that kind of disappeared,
right? Carl is like that dude from the thing where you call him, he got his little antennas and he just pops up and shit. Like, what was that show? My Favorite Martian? Was that it? No.
My Favorite Martian?
Was that it?
Or is he Kazoo?
Kazoo! That motherfucker Kazoo, that's him. I know he's here. But I thought, like, since he's on the thumbnail, that the kid from the cornerback from the Kiddies.
Terrion Arnold, yes, Terrion Arnold.
You have to actually inform the BCP fandom. You have to read the details of what the fuck happened. Because this is very key. This is very important.
The latest news is that Ahmed Gardner, his teammate Kirby Joseph, they're all saying free six. He's an innocent man. He's far from it. So let's throw up.
Hold on. Time out. Let me preface this by saying ain't nothing funny, but this shit is funny as a motherfucker.
There's a lead in the old Trip style.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just parse through the facts here. Again, article posted on ESPN, highlighted, tweeted out by Adam Schefter. So again, we still haven't done that source tier list, but I still think that Adam Schefter is that S tier, your highest source of truth, right? So let's parse this article here. So again, Terrion Arnold facing multiple felony charges, specifically of armed robbery and kidnapping. He appeared at a hearing today. What I gathered was that he was in front of some sort of court and he was seen wearing a suicide vest. PJ could give us the details on that, but essentially, the guy's not in a good spot. So
and
again,
he's a lion, so who gives a shit?
Arnold briefly appeared in court Thursday by video as judge announced charges of kidnapping, armed robbery, and conspiracy against the cornerback being Terrion Arnold. The changes could carry a sentence of up to life in prison.
Up to life in prison.
They held him without bail, it said.
He denied the allegations. He turned himself in Wednesday night. The authorities accuse him of leading a plot to detain and pistol whip 3 people, maybe the 3 BCP hosts, I don't know, that he believed had stolen from him. It turned out, however, that the victims had nothing to do with the theft in February, investigators said.
Dudes.
Terrion Arnold was the primary conspirator in the attack, per the police. There is, there's no credible evidence linking him to these allegations. That CEO of EAG Sports, whatever that is,
his
Denise
agency.
White. Sure.
His agent.
At least 7 people total face charges, including 2 who pled guilty. The Lions are aware of the situation, but declined to comment out of respect for ongoing legal processes. Apparently, Arnold had been approached on minicamp on June 17th and declined to comment. So apparently this is something that's essentially been wide known. It's really just had the barn doors blasted off of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So my
obviously
question-
What's that?
My question is, what makes you say he's guilty, Carl?
Okay. Well.
No. Carl, what makes you say he's guilty?
Well, I mean, if you have these serious allegations, and again, this article isn't really bringing anything to light, but it sure seems like this is a foregone conclusion from all the other things that I've seen online regarding this. So, again, obviously he has to go through the true process. Maybe it is a bit premature to say that he certainly is guilty. But, again, my point of view, you're a rookie, on a rookie contract, rather, trying to make a second contract. How can you even allow yourself to be related to these types of things, true or not? I mean, this looks crazy.
It does.
Yeah. Well. Here's the thing. There are details that are not in this particular story.
Of course.
Short story or long story short, as a phrase is termed. So he was in a Airbnb, and some property was stolen, $250,000 worth of shit.
What is that, a Lamborghini? What?
Well, I mean, nowadays that could be like one necklace with the way the bling is.
Yeah.
Shout out Caleb Banks.
You know what I mean? So he made a police report, but immediately after the police report, he called up his peoples. You know what I mean? The principality of the matter. Somebody done stole my shit. Police, we know they ain't gonna do nothing for the man, so we gonna go get it my way. And so he rallied his little posse, and he had one of these a girl set up these three guys that they ended up kidnapping and pistol whipping. And it turns out the three guys that they got wasn't the guys that broke into the Airbnb. So these are basically now innocent people. And the entire time it was coordinated, according to reports, by Mr. Arnold, because when the dudes were hiding in the closet and the girl like lured the three dudes into the bedroom, then the guys jumped out of the closet with guns and like hemmed them up. And like they immediately FaceTimed Mr. Arnold and was like, "We got him." And he was in the car with another accomplice, and they was like, "All right, here's what we gonna do." And then they rolled over there. And so they got the electronic records and all that documentation, because all that shit stays in the cloud. If you're gonna do some dirt, don't do it on, no. So they got him on that. And then they beat him and robbed these guys. So that's an additional charge. Because now remember, he was just trying to recover his stuff. What they got to do with robbing these guys. So, that's some different shit. And they was caught with the property that they took from these guys. And then some of the underlings already flipped and admitted to their roles in this little fiasco. So as the shit keeps rolling uphill, the charges are mounting for this young former NFL player. And I say that, maybe a little preemptively, but yeah, that shit is coming.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy that you just narrated that for us, because I think that as I was reading this article while you were speaking, it's essentially you gave the good version of the audio narration of this article. It's all right here. I've been highlighting on the screen. So essentially everything that Triple R said is exactly in this article. And again, my point still stands. Whether he's innocent or not, how can you even be caught up in this to begin with? It is such an embarrassing act. But Triple R, you're very adamant, right? All this crap, you're gone, buddy. You're not in the NFL anymore. I've got video proof of James Pierce Jr. hitting a cop with his car, hitting several cops with his fist, and allegedly he hit his WNBA girlfriend with his fist. And James Pierce Jr. will be playing every single game that there is to be played in the NFL next year, sans injury. So again, the NFL, I would be not surprised if nothing ended up happening. If they ended up allowing it to string along until they can, corroborate some lie and say that he's innocent by some technicality, maybe he'll still be playing. I really wouldn't be surprised. And it's sad.
It is. I mean, but then that also goes to, you look at this character issue, if you will, for Arnold. Then you look at previous quote unquote character issues for Jameis Williams, and it's like what they doing over there in Kitty Land that they keep bringing in these quote unquote character issue players.
Well, Detroit is very much known for how bad of a city it is, in my opinion. And the NFL world, sports, they'll try and prop up Detroit the best that they can. They'll have the NFL draft in Detroit and say, look at how beautiful it is. Maybe the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, man. I mean, it's a sad situation. I totally agree. These guys, they do not care about the character concerns, right? That's a big one that everyone makes fun of the Bears. Ryan Poles for, oh, you skipped on an elite defensive player because he had character concerns in Jalen Carter. Well, just maybe if you continue to play it that same route, you're going to end up kind of on the better side of the fence because, again, these things are crazy.
This kind of goes to the, like, we all keep, over the course of all these years, we've complained about the Bears draft picks and yada, 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 yada. And as far as I can remember, going back to 2005, when we drafted Tank, was it Tank? What the fuck?
Johnson.
Tank Johnson. Like, he was the only one that really had character concerns, other than maybe like Brandon Marshall, but he corrected them while he was with the Bears and made everyone aware of his character concerns, and he made it a part of his life and enlightened himself for it. What's up, Relentless Mikey? Thank you for joining us tonight.
What up, Mikey?
This is why the Bears really do draft high character men that fit the organization. They fit the. We've always complained about it, like, you got to go get yourself an asshole. They kind of did last year with getting signing off the street Gardner Johnson, CJ Gardner Johnson. He had character concerns. That was kind of a odd, as far as I'm concerned, for the Bears, is signing a player like that. But for the most part, they've signed and drafted high character players, and I guess it kind of goes to. You got to give some kudos to the organization for following that suit, because it really has worked out for the most part. We haven't had these kind of, issues arise from this team, like we're seeing with Josh Jacobs now in Green Bay, now with Terrion Arnold, and a great player for Detroit, which he might not play another game this season if all things go, against him. But, I guess kudos to the Bears is all I'm saying. They do something. At least they do something right, right, Peach? You're a high character guy, man. You know what I'm saying. You're looking for those players on your own team right now. And by the way, I don't know if you know, Trips. PJ is the. Can I say this?
Can we just talk about the Bears right now?
Can we talk about you for a second, man? Because I'm so proud of you
later.
No, you got PJ blushing. I want to hear this shit.
Let's talk about the Bears.
PJ,
but this is what I want to say, though.
PJ's the shit, man. He's first times NFL players, Trips.
I just want to say that I come from the belief of show me that you're guilty, or show me that the person's guilty before I want to pour salt. I mean, because even when people are found guilty by the courts, doesn't mean they're really guilty. So I don't jump on that bandwagon of wanting to jump on them, because there's a lot of circumstances that goes in the thing. From spending 31 years in law enforcement, I have seen truly both sides and how it works. So me seeing it, and I see people found guilty who really didn't do it, and people who really did do it get found not guilty. So I've seen it. So that's why I reserve comments on things like this, because there's a lot of closed door, behind door meetings that goes on that we don't know about, and we'll never know about, because they up there making deals and side deals and all these other things that goes down. So that's why I don't get off into that, because a lot of people get railroaded. Real talk, they get railroaded, and some people get off. A lot of people get off scot-free too. So you get both sides. That's why when I see stuff like this, I'm like, I never know what the real truth is. I mean, because I remember when the Michigan head coach got dragged under the carpet because of what he supposedly or allegedly did. Come to find out, he didn't do it. So that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't comment on stuff like this, because it's just crazy to me.
All right, cool. You very moral. You got high character. We already know that. Now, why they have you blushing? Tell me.
Because PJ is the shit. That's why he's blushing.
Wait. I want to hear it though. What, Shorty? Come on, you didn't open that can.
All right,
doors out that box.
I'm just gonna say, man, it's already been said before. PJ is now he started off as the defensive line coach for. Let's just put it. I'm not gonna call you out, PJ, for a Division III college football team that was coached by a former NFL coach who now went on to become the defensive line coach of a Division I team, and then the head coach got elevated from that team, who was another former third-round pick in the draft, who made him his assistant head coach / defensive line coach of this said Division III team, and fucking PJ is killing it, man. PJ is
hold on.
Exactly.
Because you wasn't pontificating, but you know how you get. I'm confused as fuck. So basically, what happened? PJ is what now?
PJ is now the assistant head coach / defensive line coach of a Division III college football team, which he is brushing heads with. I'll just put the name out there: Sean Salisbury. Players that are people that are former players that are looking at his college for teams for the NFL.
Oh shit!
And this man also was part of an interview with one of the biggest names in all of Chicago journalists. I'll just say this: he's on the board who votes for Hall of Fame players. And he not only was he part of the interview, but he took pictures of his head coach, who was a former NFL player, number 3 pick in the draft. And he's taking pictures, getting interviewed. PJ is the shit, man. That's why we love you, man. And I'm not giving anything away. Listen, you need your flowers, PJ.
All right, so thank you for all that, Shorty. I need that.
I'll text you on the side.
Catnip just to keep up with you. I'm out of my catnips, my sativas. But so basically, what I'm hearing is PJ is making a actual walk it like you talk it influence on young lives on the gridiron as well as the mentoring aspect, because we know how PJ is. We just heard what he just said about innocence and guilt and right and wrong and the system versus the streets. So we know that's how he's living. So what I'm hearing is PJ is making a difference in the goddamn community. Is that what I'm hearing?
You are fucking right, my friend. You are right.
Remember, hey, you guys remember that show Airplane, where they had to get the interpreter for jive talking?
PJ, like he's so humble. He doesn't want to like give up what he's like, where he's doing it for, who he's doing it for, even talking about it. But you need your flowers, my man. And so I have to just summarize it very bluntly without giving any information. And you can go look it up.
This is a Bears show. That's why we ain't going to talk about it, because this is a Bears show. So.
Well, but one day one of your charges, one of your little fellas might be on the Bears. So,
and one day,
congratulations to you, PJ, for putting your ass on the line where a lot of people's mouths are just writing checks. You instead of talking about it, you being about it, and you're doing it because you want to, not because you have to, and not because you have ulterior motives. So, I hats off to you, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I think, when you get a chance to affect people's lives, it's a beautiful thing to be able to affect people's lives. And I think as a human being, we are all called to help others. So if you find yourself in an ability or in a position to be able to help someone else, that's always a great thing to do. Fortunately for me, I'm blessed enough to be able to do that in a way to where I can help young men talk to them, get a chance to talk to their parents, and all these other things. So, yeah, it's a pleasure. But thank you, guys. I appreciate that. But
Hey,
to the point, as far as being able to, uh, when you look at people and they're being uh, alleged things happening, you just have to take it with a grain of salt, though, for real.
Well, yeah, true that, but it sounds like this ninja did that shit though.
No, this PJ is the
no.
shit. PJ
I
is
mean,
the shit.
damn. I mean, when they bring in that's where it's like when you see here's my dilemma, and this is the perfect panel to ask this. You want to teach your kids right and to not break the law,
100%.
but then you also want to teach them that hey, if you're gonna do some shit, don't put it on social media.
100%. I agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's a lot of people's problem. They put too much on social media. I
Oh my
mean, but
God.
like I told you, my whole thing is because I've seen people who were not guilty found guilty, and
You are you are the ultimate mentor because of your background and what you're doing right now. Like Relentless Mike, excuse me, Relentless Mikey says there are not enough men making a difference in kids' lives. You should be applauded, PJ. That's why we're giving you your flowers, man. And I know you get all blushed and stuff, and you want to talk about it, but you are the man. You are making a difference in young men's lives, and you are helping your team to become better. No matter how you view it, man, it's just that's a fact.
But the fact is, from PJ's perspective, because we all wear different hats according to our experiences. Because of his military, his police background, he understands the law enforcement perspective. Being a black man, he understands being a black man in America. And at times when the law says you can stand your ground, if you don't have the complexion for the protection, that law means different to your ass than it does to a lily, a pale face ass. So, finding that dichotomy and teaching younger generations how to attempt to navigate that bullshit, as opposed to, well, you need to hate this or hate that or hate this and hate that, is like, nah, you can dislike what this represents and you can hate the people that do this, but everything that we hear from PJ is like, yeah, there is all this negativity because he's seen it, but let's nurture the young ones. Let's teach the kids. You know what I'm saying? Let's share our our hobbies with them. Now it's football, but it's fishing or I don't know, whatever the hell your hobby is, baseball or whatever. But as to Mikey's point, we are mature adults, everybody that's in this chat right now, and we've all been through some shit. Just if you have the opportunity and you deem it that it's a safe time to just try to share some of it to somebody who's willing to listen, don't be afraid.
Well, I think we ought to be able to be the change that we look for in others. I mean, instead of always pointing or looking at someone else to make a difference, be the change that you want to see in others sometimes. And again, it starts with simple things: how you treat people, how you interact with people. I mean, even as something as simple as interacting with your neighbors, or people who you normally don't even have a conversation with. It's about just trying to help somebody. It truly is. And fortunately for me, I am blessed enough to where I get to talk to thousands of kids, between recruiting, between them coming on visits, interacting with kids from other teams at times, being able to talk to so many kids. And even if they don't, come to my program per se, I'm able to still talk to them. And in that brief interaction that I may have with them, leave them with a positive word. because they had a crossroads at their life being 18, 19 years old. What am I going to do for the rest of my life? They don't know yet. So in doing that, you can able to say, hey, you can point them and give them advice from the things you picked up along the way. So, hey, you might want to try this, even if you're not, college ain't cut out for you. Okay, let's say college, you don't want to go to college. There's other things, you can point them in different directions, trades, military, things you can do to talk to them to just help guide them, because a lot of kids, because we remember when we was 18. I mean, we're adult life is being thrown at us, and not all of us not knowing at 18 what to do. So now you have to sit there and try to figure it out.
You the man, PJ. Like you have been such an integral part of this channel, and just making this channel better and making me a better man in my own life, and Foster and Carl in his own life. That that's why I just like gloat on you. I just want to shout from the top of a mountain what you have done, and you're like I'm just all the talk with you, like coming out of retirement basically to do this, and all the private conversations that we've had that go to show what you are doing to help other young men to become men in this world, and to make them great football players for your organization. And then you're like brushing fingers with the NFL and draft picks, and players coming out of your team in the draft and stuff like that. That goes a long way, my friend, and it needs to be acknowledged. I'm sorry for calling you up for it, but I have to, because I love you, man.
Oh, I appreciate it, Shirley. Thank you, man.
There's an effect, Peach. There is.
Yeah.
That's what you want, though, because you can affect everybody that comes across your path.
Oh, 100. We all can. That's what I'm saying.
You have done that to me.
And you try and leave a positive effect. I mean, dude, I don't care if it comes down to saying hello to somebody who's walking down the street that looks like crap or not happy or happy, whatever.
Yeah.
Half the people I see are and it's of every race, creed, and color out. My neighborhood's mixed, everything good. It's more Hispanic than anything, but I see it every day. Somebody walking down the street with their head down. I'm like, man, I wonder what they're going through.
Right.
You just don't know. You don't know. And it's most people more than not. And Wendy P4K, let's just not assume, because I don't think you're on the right page here with this. Because I said, if you're convincing kids to go to the military, you're doing more harm than good. If you're gonna go to the military, go to the Air Force, or don't go nowhere.
We're not even talking about that. We're talking about.
Well, I did make the comment. I'm like, when you're at that age and you're trying to decide where to go. I mean, because the reality is, I mean, some kids don't want to go to college. Some kids don't even want to do a trade. Some kids, face a life of either going to be on the streets hustling or something, or maybe I can go to the military. Yes.
Right.
Why not? I mean, because military has its bad parts, but it also has some good parts. And I'm not going to say it doesn't, because I spent 7 years in the military, so I know it has some good parts to it. So I don't want to get into politics of things, because that's not what this show's about. But there are some good, things to be done in the military as well.
And then also, you never know what situation someone's coming from. And while the negatives, as negative as they may be in the military, it's still much more positive than the shithole that they're trying to get out of, or the shithole that they're trying to avoid.
Yes.
In many cases, for sure. Yes. 100% agreed.
It's like everything else. There's going to be people it's beneficial for, and some people just not. It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
But that's with anything, man. Your situation,
That's
So
part of the therapy session, if you will, that these podcasts that enjoying just the distraction of football provide, because we all got our real life shit, whether it be health emergencies, job shit, work stuff, neighbor stuff, personal stuff, all of that. And to be able to, have conversations that over the, course of time, as we've gotten to know each other, we've had discussions with Nomad and kids that have gotten off the topic of, just the Bears and gotten into real life, as you all have had here, as well as other shows on, between Greg and Aldo, when they talk about their health challenges and battles.
Yep.
And real life, for lack of a better term, bleeds into all of this, entertainment, if you will.
Yes.
And so we can't, avoid it. Of course, we want to avoid politics. We want to avoid picking sides. We want to avoid all of that stuff. But not recognizing real life, the accomplishments, the downfalls, the pitfalls, are just where people need support, would be criminal, in my opinion.
Yeah. I think, that's the thing. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. I mean, especially us here on this panel right now. I mean, even Carl, it's like we lived a life to where we have a lot of experiences. So it should behoove all of us, even those of you in the chat, to be able to share that knowledge with the younger generation to help guide them. Because like I said, when we remember when we was 18 and the things we're thinking about, all these different directions we can go, and trying to have somebody to guide us the right way or give us some words of wisdom. I mean, share that to where, you can help influence the lives for the better. I mean, granted, they're going to ultimately make their own decisions. Trust me, I get that part, but at least be able to do your portion. Or as we say, do your 111. Do your 111th to help somebody else, to do your part. Do your 111th.
Man, that's why I love you guys so much, man. We always get into like these robust conversations. Quite. And you guys are just, the chat is all with us. They're all evolving as this conversation changes, and we're talking about all this stuff. And that's what I love about this chat, about you guys on this panel, that we can all have these like robust discussions about. We're not even fucking talking about the Bears right now, man. We're talking about life in general. And we got everyone here in our chat just talking about how PJ is such a respectful human being and what you do for our community and yada 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 yada. And everyone's saying like, well said, Trips, like awesome stuff, man. This is the foundation of this channel, and that's why you guys are also valued to us for enjoying it with us as we talk about it, because this is life, man. It's there's Bears and there's life, and I think that this channel is like life and then Bears, and it's kind of how we roll. Everyone that follows this channel and is devoted to this channel and loves this channel, they all agree with us. They believe in the same foundation that we're talking about right now, and I love all you guys for it, man. Every single one of you, man.
Except for what with Mikey.
Yeah, except for Mikey. Yeah, he's in
Mikey. He's in his own.
He's in Neanderthal. We don't believe in Neanderthals. Yeah,
Mikey, quit saying stuff like that, because you're gonna leave a bad depression on me.
So you guys want to talk some Bears again, or you just want to keep going life stuff? I don't care. I really don't give a shit. You can talk life for 2 hours. I don't care.
All right, one question.
When I got
go ahead. Well, go ahead, Foster.
I would just say, because I had a little difficulty here. When you guys were talking about, when we were talking about the bad, the negatives about some of these players coming out of college and what happens in the NFL, there's somebody on half the teams almost. I swear to God, I started going through a list, and then I remember from last year, even in our fantasy league, there's guys that were playing in the NFL that like all 18 guys agreed not to draft or have them play on the team because of their past, what they've done. I mean, look, just go around the league, look at the team. Cleveland, Houston, Detroit, Green Bay. I know there's more. But those just came to the
plenty
top
more,
of my
of
head.
course. But
So it's Minnesota. Did they got somebody? Didn't they have somebody in trouble too?
not really.
Well, they had the Addison kid got a DUI or something.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I thought there was something else. I mean, that's today a
Foster,
DUI is.
Foster at 25 DUIs.
No, I only got one every decade.
Well, that could easily be 25, you old fucker.
Exactly. You're like, what, 750 years old?
You know, back when your chariot, would catch a flat and you still be whipping that old heifer.
I got to tell you guys this. I wish I could find this. I found a ticket. PJ, this is insane. 1984, I got a DUI and a looting. Okay?
Wait.
Those are pretty good charges, right? They're not something you want.
Wait. I didn't think they even gave DUIs in 1984. That was before what was it called? It was like the movement. It was like
well, this wasn't in Illinois. It was in Ohio.
Mothers against drunk driving. Yeah.
It was a DWI. Driving while intoxicated, and they changed it in Illinois to include other substances. They've had DUIs for
in other words, he
50
was
years.
fucked up.
So, well, actually, it's a crazy story. I was actually in a little disagreement with some bikers in a bar, but anyways, I got it. It was a DUI and a looting, and you know what my fine was in 1984. There were some motorcycles involved and a police car. Blah blah blah. $175, Beach.
That's
it. And it never even came back to Illinois in 1984. Yeah, $175.
Jeez.
That was it.
Yeah, that was cheap.
Then I got one about 10 years later, and it was like $7,000.
Like I said, that was cheap.
10 years later, it was like $7,000. Oh, it's just crazy.
All right, I got a question for you, Bears fans. It's a topic that we all.
I have the answer. 10 inches.
Settle
size
down.
of a ruler?
The
size of a ruler?
Is that what you want Santa to bring you? Settle down. But now I am tired of it as well as we all are. But I want to give a shout out, and I want people to stop disparaging this man's name. And that man, President Kevin Warren.
Oh, as Mikey says, oh my, please do continue. Please continue.
All right. Well, remember, was it Levante asked, how old was Foster back in 1984? What was you like, 52 back in 84?
No.
84, he was like 762. Like
4,664.
He's going on 800, man. What are you talking about, Trips?
Well, every one of those years, he would have been complaining about how low budget, how low rent, and how broke ass the McCaskies are. And you know, they ain't got no business outside of football, and they just got to rely on this.
Can I interrupt you for a second, though?
Please.
Real quick. I got to say a shout out to one of my players, Delarian Rose. What's up, my man? Good to see you, man. Hope your summer's going well. Keep your workout going. I saw you in the chat, man. So keep it up. Keep up working, man. Keep grinding. He's a really good running back, man. One of the good players on the team, man. So
hey, man,
Delarian,
get your ass to the NFL, man. Thank you for joining us tonight, man.
Right on, Delarian. All right. So we've been complaining.
Listen to that man, PJ.
Complaining about how low budget they are. All right, so fine. George McCaskey, after Virginia passes, Lord rest her soul, said, hey, we need to make some changes up in this mofo. I'm a Chihuahua who likes to, call Little League games in the summertime. I need a pit bull. I need a bulldog who gets shit accomplished. Hey, Kevin Warren, you done made a lot of money for the Minnesota people with their stadium. You done did all kinds of shit with the college sports and the Big 10 or Big 12 or whatever hell they turned them to. What he turned them into? Billionaires. So he hires them now to figure out this stadium situation that Ted Phillips bought, this land out in Arlington Heights. So President Warren came in, is like, I bet. Before we get to that, I don't know if you've taken a poll on this, but I don't think we get Ben Johnson as head coach without Kevin Warren as president. So I'll start with that.
Why? I mean, that's kind of insane to me.
Well, because this organization has, along with the mom and pop, been accused of being low rent, not willing to pay for the services of coaches like that, not willing to do the modern thing like courting them and excuse me, and like sending a private jet to them, which other coaches have said, yeah, they never did that for me. And so the way that the treatment, and all of that is different, and something is new that wasn't here before. And the commonality of that, it seems to be Kevin Warren.
Was Kevin Warren a member of the Chicago Bears when they fired Eberflus? Surely he was, right?
He I don't.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah,
he surely was.
Yeah,
because that's one of the biggest.
Yeah, because
things
Eberflus was still under contract. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing I think that speaks volumes to Triple R's point, is that the Bears made a move like that, whether it's financial or tradition or whatever. They had never fired a coach mid-season until they fired Matt Eberflus. So if you're saying that he has a part in that, sure. I don't know. I'll let the panel speak, but in my personal opinion, I think that the biggest and primarily only factor of the Bears getting Ben Johnson was Caleb Williams. But
okay, fair enough. All right,
and polls, because he had to know that he'd be working with them before they.
Okay, we're gonna need to get close to the mic.
Well, no, because listen, to both of your points, like we talked about this with Eberflus as head coach. And, listen, I tried to talk myself into Eberflus as head coach. I was just like, I got all my closest friends on the side going, this guy's a idiot. And we talked about it, and we all kind of tried to talk ourselves into it. But we knew the hits principle was bullshit. We knew this and that about him. And then we saw it happen over and over and over again on the field. And so when you see the difference between the head coach, it really wouldn't have mattered who it was on the field. It wouldn't matter who the players were. The head coach is the one that makes. Ben Johnson would have gotten more out of that last Eberflus team than Eberflus did. He would have gotten more out of the previous Eberflus team than. And back to your point, with Justin, not to bring his damn name up again, PJ, but Justin Fields, he would have gotten more out of Justin than anyone would have it until now. Now he's playing for the Chiefs. We're gonna see what's gonna happen with that kid. But the point being is that the head coach, coaching matters, right, guys? It matters. Coaching matters.
Well, even outside of the scope of X's and O's, well, I guess you could call it X's and O's, but it wasn't even a philosophy thing as much as just Eberflus didn't know how to manage a football game, and he was just awful at that. Outside of if he was a good or bad defensive coordinator, outside of if he could develop talent, whatever it was, Eberflus just sucked as a head coach, period.
Well, yeah, and it's not hard to tell. As Dan Brown saying, Eberflus the beekeeper, he's still no Jason Statham. So yeah. So
I think that coaching matters, though. I mean, when it comes down to it, coaching matters no matter what team. I mean, you can have talent, but coaching matters, and it's about how you go about trying to implement what you're trying to do. I mean, it's not just about X's and O's. It's about, okay, how can I bring out the best in this guy? Or how can I help him reach a better level? Where he gained 1,000 yards before me, how can I help him get to 1,500 yards? I mean, it's always about trying to get better and get the best out of your player while maintaining getting the best out of the team. because if it does the team no good, you can run for 2,000 yards, and if you still have a losing season, I mean, what is that benefiting your team? So it's all about bringing it together and bringing out the best while bringing the whole togetherness of the team up.
Can I just say, on a quick side note, how ironic is it that the Bulls just drafted a kid like I work with this kid who's a super Bulls fan. Like, you would think he was like a Bulls fan from the 90s, just like he's like us with the Bears. And he doesn't know football at all. He loves basketball. He loves the Bulls. He's a massive Bulls fan. I was talking the other day in my meeting with him, because I'm constantly in a meeting with him. He goes, "Yeah, the Bulls are about to draft tonight in a couple hours." I was like, "Oh, really?" I'm like, "What pick do they have?" He's like, 4th. I'm like, "Okay, what does that mean? Is there what are the top 4 players in the draft?" Says, "Oh, the best 4 players in this draft are the Bulls are probably going to get Caleb Wilson." I go, "Okay." So I pulled up some videos while I'm watching them, because I'm like doing shit and it takes a lot of time for stuff to download. And so I'm looking at my other computer. I'm like, this Caleb Wilson kid is pretty fucking good. And I'm hearing the announcers going, "Caleb Williams for a dunk." I'm like, this motherfucker just accidentally called him Caleb Williams. Like, that's how special he is. Like, he's thinking he's got Caleb Williams on the mind. Like, I wanted to like name the show like the Twin Calebs or some shit like that. Like, how special is it that Chicago, we have just drafted this like kid out of North Carolina? I know that this is basketball. It's totally off subject, basketball, but out of North Carolina, a 6'8" kid, 6'9" kid, shooting guard or small forward, power forward. Yeah.
There's only 2 other options, right? You name 3 out of 5 positions.
But he's
hopefully you're right.
He's 19.9 years old, and he's got some Jordan-like moves at that age. Jordan was 26 before he was doing the shit that this kid was doing. Side note, I'm talking about this kid's got some dunks. He's got some of the turnaround fadeaway jump shots. Like,
talented.
And I don't know. I don't mean to like cross-reference this into basketball, but like this Caleb Wilson kid.
Pop quiz for Shorty.
Pretty special.
When's the last time the Bulls drafted a player 4th overall? I think Trips knows where I'm going.
Yeah, you talking about Pussy Willow?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it didn't end up too well, so I'm not going to hold my breath on that. Good on you for trying to hype up the Bulls. I'm proud of you.
I would say that when it comes to like confusing the name, though, how many times they confuse Ryan Post and Ryan?
Triple R, you unironically made him think that that's the actual legitimate name of that player. Congratulations.
No, I mean,
you've succeeded.
I know that was a joke, but who are you talking about?
Oh, no, that's his actual name. That's his God-given name.
Jesus Christ. Go ahead, PJ.
Oh, I was done. I was just saying. I mean, confusing names.
He's literally dying. The man is literally dying. This is incredible.
I can't breathe.
Triple R might be the only person on this panel who can say that. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh my God.
Clip that shit.
No, actually, no, don't. Don't clip that.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, we've got 2 Calebs in this city now, man.
Yeah, we do?
Yeah, for how long?
It seems pretty. It seems like it seems destined. That's all I'm saying.
Pussy Willow Part 2 might only be in the league for 2 years. I'm not gonna hold my breath on that one, man.
Well, it's one of those. Hey, we got to see it on the court in this situation to see it, to prove it. We got to see it on the. I'm looking forward to me some Xavier Thomas. I ain't gonna lie, but we got to see it on the gridiron.
See, that's another tangent I want to go as well. We could talk about Jahmyr Gibbs 2.0, but the original question, if I could try and steer this ship back on course, was Triple R making the very bold statement that the reason Ben Johnson is in Chicago is because of Kevin Warren.
Okay,
Again,
yeah,
I don't know if you guys have any other thoughts to that, but at the same breath, I mean, I'm
thank you.
sure we're going to talk about the stadium at some point too.
Well, that's where I'm going. All right, so thank you for refocusing.
Thank you.
All right, so as we now have the influence that we think of President Warren right there with the head coaching situation. All right, let's look at the Arlington Heights situation, which we really don't want to.
Wait,
Kevin
why not?
Warren-
Wait, why not? Why not?
Why?
Because we're all tired of it. We're all sick of
Why?
it. We just
Why?
want them to make a decision.
Because it should be
The decision. The decision was made. They realized that they couldn't accomplish what they wanted to accomplish on the lakefront, so they said, "Okay, we'll build our stadium wherever we want," which is very clearly Arlington Heights. You don't buy the old racetrack and demolish it if you don't have at the very least, the intention of potentially building something there. Right. And it's the damned Illinois politicians that will not allow that to happen.
What?
Let them finish.
See what I mean? See how we're all get fired up over this?
Go ahead, Chip.
That none of us is getting a piece of.
Go ahead,
Because
Chip.
now remember, I want the Bears to come out, good because that's my team. We understand that Soldier Field is what it is, and the city isn't viable. All right, but we got this 300 and plus acres in Arlington Heights, purchased by Ted Phillips. So when Kevin Warren came into the scene after the fact and was like, all right, we want to build this, Bears land up here with a stadium and hotels and condos and restaurants and bars and sports books and woo. It was initial pushback from the teachers union and then the Cook County assessors. And they overinflated the tax assessment, basically. And they wanted like a lot of fucking money. And it wasn't an amount that the Bears were comfortable just writing a check for. Because in the long term of the bill, if I'm correct, it would have cost them billions in the long term if they just agreed to that initial assessment, correct?
Yeah, essentially it would have equated to that because it would be never ending. Essentially what the Bears want, to my understanding, is tax certainties, because the annual tax that the Bears would pay on this new stadium in Arlington Heights or essentially anywhere else in Illinois is 10 times that of the next closest team on what they pay annually, which would be the Rams, right? Rams pay for lack of
$8 million. The Rams pay.
8 million, 10 million. The Bears would be between 100 and 200 million annually.
They wanted 80 million, which is insane.
So that is not a fair request on the part of the state for the Bears to play.
The Bears are not valued 10 times more than any other NFL franchise, are they?
All
right.
Cook County.
All right, Foster.
No, they will be valued by 10 times more than any other franchise in the next fucking 5 years when they win 4 Super Bowls in a row.
Is this White Claw number 3 or number 4 talking right now?
2.
Okay. Maybe you got to catch up.
But the question, I mean, for me, the issue isn't whether or not the Bears are valued more than what the Rams are. It's about the property. Is the property. That's what the taxes come from, the value of the property. Now, granted, Illinois and California has different tax rates.
God, I can't
got that. But that's what it comes down to is the value of the property.
Do you think it was fair for the amount that was being charged to the Bears?
Do you know what Arlington Park was paying? You know what Arlington Park was paying annually for their race course?
No, I didn't.
$3 million. $3 million. So I don't care what the Bears bill.
And it was $250,000 a year before that, Foster. Before the Bears bought that, Arlington Park with a working racetrack was paying $250,000 a year in property taxes, and they want to raise it to $3 million because it's the fucking Bears. That is what makes it fucking abhorrent. You cannot do that to the Bears.
Now that we're all on the same page there, that the Bears went in like, hey, we want to build this shit, and whether it be Cook County or the teachers union was like, hey, we trying to get paid right now. And the Bears are like, hey, no, we can't do that. We're not doing that. So you get Warren now. It's like, okay, well, these people is tripping. And it's like, it seems as though he looked at all of the options. Remember, Kevin Warren didn't buy the property. So he's like, all right, the mayor of Chicago, get together. Are there any properties in Chicago that have, this acreage available that we could do? They looked at the old Michael Reese property and like something else. It didn't happen. But you got to do your city due diligence. And now you look at other places. And you had proposals from other districts or other cities, and there's like, well, we really don't like that. And this was several years going on. All the time, the state of Illinois knew that Arlington Heights was their chosen location. My issue, which will come to fruition later, but sneak peek, Jelly Belly blew it all by not having somebody in his office be like, hey, there are only 32 NFL teams. There's 50 states. Let's make sure we keep ours, figure out this Arlington Heights shit, and let's keep all of this money in the state of Illinois. And this would have happened before the state of Indiana came sniffing and was like, hey, we got this area right here we trying to revitalize. Y'all seem to be having some problem over there with Jelly Belly and them. So come on over here and we'll give you what you want. Now, as a businessman, Kevin Warren has now created leverage, as well as having a legitimate offer on the table that will benefit the Bears organization.
I'm just trying to hold you off. I'm trying not to interrupt you, but Trips, listen, I lived in Colorado. We became the first state of the nation to legalize marijuana. Every single one of the fucking taxes went into the fucking school system. And the state of Colorado has 3 million people when I lived there. That's the population of Chicago alone compared to the entire state of Illinois. My entire state that I lived in Colorado, that I voted for legalizing marijuana, had 3 million people in it. They voted to put all of their taxes, not 35%, by the way, into their school system. 3 years later, when I lived here I moved to Atlanta, I found out that they had so much money, that they had gained so much money from the revenue of legalization of marijuana, that they had another vote to go, do we want to put all this money back into the school system or give it back to you as a tax incentive? And everyone fucking voted to put it back into the school system because they were like top-notch citizens that did that. Now we're talking about Illinois. Illinois legalizes marijuana. They make it a 35% fucking tax. Like, I think like Colorado's like a 10% tax. 35% tax in Illinois, and they keep crying fucking broke. They cannot get away from crying broke. They give you these toll systems. Oh, we're gonna put tolls on the road so we can rebuild them. And then 15, 20 years later, like, we're gonna raise these tolls to $1.50, $2.50. When we told you it was only gonna be for like a couple of years so we can just like fix the fucking roads. But no, they are stealing our money. They are shaking us upside down, and I'm so glad I don't live there.
We're going to the lottery.
Wait. Let me
talk about the lottery.
So how in the fuck can you sit here and complain that you are broke? You listen. Remember what Mayor Daley did with Meigs Field? Overnight, he did the opposite. He took Meigs Field, he took it from an airport for rich people, turned it into the fucking the park system for Chicago. And I'm going to say this for the 15th time on the show. He did that. And so what we need is an actual corrupt mayor in Chicago to go, you know what? Fuck you guys.
We're going to be onto something.
We're going to take
from a corrupt mayor already.
No, he's not corrupt enough. A corrupt enough mayor would be like,
dude, where did the road go?
I think we're getting off track again, gentlemen.
Let me finish. You take from the museum down, the museum campus down to like the old
McCormick Place,
and then you gift it. You gift it to the Bears overnight. You just sign a bill as the mayor, because now you are the next corrupt fucking mayor of Chicago, which all of them are corrupt. So just be a corrupt mayor and do it correctly. Give it over to the Bears.
They're already
overnight.
doing a good job.
Overnight,
that corruption,
on a piece of paper, you give it to the Bears, and the next day it's the Bears. It's free. It's free.
Here's the thing. Nothing's ever free in the city of Chicago except a hard time. Now, the footprint that you talk about, where Soldier Field down in McCormick Place, isn't big enough for what the Bears want to do. And when I say the Bears, let's include the NFL. Because remember, they only have 32 franchises, and they're trying to maximize their revenue with these little
they
entertainment areas.
Right, because they would actually need the old McCormick Place, not up to, but
As
they would
part
be
of it, right.
beyond it. And now you get
not happening.
now you get into marshland where you can't actually build. It's like wasteland.
Well, the Friends of the Park is going to sue because of Greenland and because of because of the revenue, frankly, that McCormick Place brings in year round with conventions and shows. You know, that's a moneymaker. But addressing the city and the corruption of like Mayor Daley, Jane Byrne, you know, the whole list of them, that little stud dude, Lightfoot. They made that.
You call them a stud.
I thought that was appropriate nowadays. I can't keep up.
No, that's correct. You are correct. That's amazing.
Okay. But we had that deal when they renovated Soldier Field, Ted Phillips again. And the bill was however many millions of dollars. And the deal was the Bears pay their percentage and the city pays theirs from the taxes that were increased for the entertainment, you know, the hotels, the restaurants, the bars, and the area and such. So here we are, you know, 30, 40 years later, just a blink of an eye to old ass Foster. But now there's an outstanding balance of $400 and some thousand on Soldier Field because the city and the mayors over that time never paid their part. So they refinanced and then maybe a default here. And so all that shit keeps adding up. Now the Bears have paid their part, so they don't know shit for Soldier Field. So that's a talking point that we can really get past because the Bears held up their responsibility.
I think we're a little bit off track just for the sense that all of these arguments were all on the same page.
The taxpayers still owe $400 million.
Yes, that's my point.
Not the Bears'
adds
fault.
to it. Yes, thank you.
That's not the Bears' fault.
Right. Well, that's their fault. What I'm saying.
God.
But because of the government, we're still. That's why I think our taxes double and triple.
Right. Well, but it's not just the city, it's the counties, it's the state, it's all of them.
But we're broke. We're fucking broke, guys.
Right,
we are piss poor broke. We have legalized marijuana and we're taxing 35%, and we're fucking broke.
Well, let me ask you this, Shorty. You're not an accountant, but have you actually ever seen the spreadsheet of expenses versus revenues for the state lottery, for the state tollway system? You know, for the marijuana.
God.
No, they don't publicize. They don't put stuff out like that. They don't do those accountings because that's just a money grab for them. You know, you talk about the tolls. You know, there was that time it's like, hey, we're going to build these new roads. You pay these tolls. It's cool. You used to pull over, you know, throw your money in the basket or give it to the person. Now it's like iPasses. Hey, we even make the iPasses smaller. And so you don't even have to break speed and we just take your money. And that's just what it is now.
Trips.
There's no more talk of like it's paid off or we're not going to have any more tolls. No, it's just make it easier for you as they raise the prices. The lottery was supposed to pay for the school system back when I was a shorty, you know, and we see the state of the school system, but the lottery now has jackpots of like $2 trillion or $3 trillion or some bullshit. It's like, well, where's all this other money going? We will never see that accounting of the money. And so that's why when it comes to the finances, I understand that the McCaskies are however rich they are. And I'm not politicking that they should have money because I'm not getting none of that. You know what I'm saying? But I understand from the perspective that they're looking at the fairness of it all. All these taxes are going up. Even Jelly Belly's hotel, you know, got a tax break and they're fucking billionaires. You know what I mean?
He's trying his hardest right here.
I had to get a fucking iPass just to drive home from Atlanta trips because every toll I go through, I can't possibly write down the toll plaza as I'm driving. Right. Now it's gonna be a $65 bill in the mail for a $15, worth of tolls.
And then who do you fight? You either pay it and they give you the card, or they keep sending you notices, and like, well, now we gonna sue you, and now we gonna suspend your license or some shit.
Right. So, like, you are not broke, you asshole state of Illinois. You are not broke.
So now, knowing that, understood that what the Bears wanted to do is still build in Arlington Heights. Because guess what? If they wanted to go to Indiana, they would have had shovels in the ground already because the offers are so sweet. But what does Kevin Warren, the man who negotiated that Minnesota deal, the man who negotiated that $1 billion football deal, he's open to negotiate motherfucking nations. But the state of goddamn Illinois is like, well, you need to come to Springfield and kiss our ass. And Kevin Warren and the Bears are like, hold on. Like the old George might have went down, and Ted Phillips might have went to Springfield to go to the ass kissing sessions. Kevin Warren is like, no, we're gonna have some respect about this bullshit. You know what I mean? And it's like, no. And so now you have the situation that you got Indiana still just on the leash, and you have Illinois politicians making different proposals on how to, make Arlington Heights viable or other solutions. But then you have that percentage of Illinois politicians who, instead of keeping it all in the state, are willing to have it go to Indiana because they figure they'll still get some of that remnant, revenue. What do you call those little fishies that swim next to sharks?
Fishies.
Not minnows.
Remora. Isn't that remoras? The ones that swim next to the predator and just eats their scraps. That's what these Illinois politicians want, from the Bears moving to Indiana. Instead of being the goddamn shark in this situation and keeping all the revenue, they're like, well, whatever Indiana, lets us get is what they're on. And so I understand the frustration, but people are like, well, Kevin Warren needs to be fired. And it's like, he is the only one here doing his job because the politicians are all jerking it off. Whether it be the city, whether it be the county, whether it be the state, they're all part of the same nasty little mess. And so from a fan perspective, I want them in Arlington Heights. I want them to be able to compete with other teams in the NFL, to have the resources to get bonuses, the resources to bring in whatever coaches they want to, and not have those financial restraints because they don't have any outside money. Agreed. I also understand, as an Illinois resident, I don't want my taxes to go up. I don't want that shit to come out of my pocket. But I also understand, as an old enough Illinois resident, that the money is available, but the politicians from Jelly Belly on down are all got their hands out, in the till and misdirecting and doing all of that.
The cookie pot, yep.
You know what I mean? And they all getting fat on the cookies and barely leaving us crumbs, So I think that ultimately, the decision will be made, within like a month or two. But Kevin Warren, created that Indiana deal, which is going to make the Bears billions if they take it, out of nothing. And if he does get the Illinois politicians to acquiesce and do something with Arlington Heights or another Illinois property, then he's made that out of nothing. So either way, he's doing his fucking job. So people just get off his back and chill because we see it's not according to his timeline. Dealing with politicians, well, we'll be back in a month. Oh, well, we're down for session. We'll be back in 6 months. And this kicks all that shit down the road. So let the man cook, for Christ's sake.
To your point, Trips, he did the same thing a minute. He did the same thing. He did the same thing in Minnesota. He threatened to leave the state to build that new stadium, and then got his way. So I believe what you're saying is definitely true. And to your point, also, it hasn't happened yet. It's not that like so. I actually asked Greg Gabriel at this point because I needed to know, like, they don't even own the land there. So why are we talking about this? Like, they own the land in Arlington Park. They do not own the land in Indiana. So what's the big deal? So he replied to me that the deal is that Indiana would basically lease the land to them for like 25 to 30 years. And then eventually they're going to own the land and own the stadium. Well, why the fuck would you want to do a deal like that? You want to own the land, you want to own the stadium, you want to get all the revenue from it today, starting day one.
Why would you want? Maybe I'm talking out of line. The lease is like essentially tax-free, to my understanding. I'll look it up, but it
would be like
Triple R keeps saying a sweet deal,
Yes,
sweet deal. It's
yeah,
a sweet deal at the bare minimum.
I think
This is as good as it gets.
Yes.
The authority, let's say the stadium authority, would get the land, but the stadium authority, being a state entity, would not have to pay taxes on the land, but they would own the authority in some kind of way. So basically, they'd be paying rent to themselves without taxes. You know, whatever the deal is, it's one of those like, oh shit, word. You know, it's like, exactly. When you at the car dealership, and it's like, wait, if I put this much down, how much in financing versus if I paid all cash, you know, versus this. And it's like, these are legit deals on the table, and they're just out of nothing. You know, the man is cooking, the man is politicking, the man is doing his thing. Eventually, we're going to have a state-of-the-art stadium for our beloved.
And I believe it will be in Arlington Heights or Chicago.
Yeah, because he's willing to politic. He's willing to acquiesce. He's willing to negotiate. I mean, just look at him. He's a negotiation walking, morning and afternoon and night. But the stubbornness of our Illinois politicians, what's that all about?
Mikey says, I'm just tired of giving tax dollars being stolen and then guilted into giving more taxes. I could not oblige with you more on that, Mikey.
It's called extortion. Like
yes.
It's flat extortion.
We can't hear you, Foster.
It's flat extortion. All extortion, man.
Yep.
Is it still not coming in?
We got you. We got you.
Well, when you lean about 12 feet away from your mic, it kind of fucks it up.
I keep rolling back. My back's killing me today. I just don't know. Like, here, they're going to build a stadium in Arlington Heights. I'm going to have to move because of taxes and the cost of insurance of my house. Literally.
Why? You live like in Chicago Prosper.
What?
You're like, wait.
I live in the burbs.
45 minutes.
Our taxes 3 years ago. Nobody said anything. Nobody said one word about it when we were bitching 3 years ago.
You are way closer to Chicago than you are Arlington Heights, bro.
Oh, absolutely. But it's easier. It's easier and quicker to get to Arlington Heights than it is to get to Soldier Field. You can't disagree with me on that.
Quite.
Quite.
Damn, bro. Relentless Mikey said Foster slept wrong in his coffin. Damn. So it's like, yeah, that's, you know, as we have realized as a franchise, it's like, okay, we got a head coach who's an asshole that other head coaches around the league don't like, and we love that shit. You know, he wants to put up, 30, 40, 50 points a game on offense. Well, we need that because we don't know what the hell our pass rush is going to look like. So we got that going for us. Franchise quarterback, think we got him. They're trying to figure out, how much to pay him and when. We got that going for us. And now eventually Arlington Heights or Indiana, we're going to have a new stadium. So things are looking up, Bears fans. Let's go.
But this is the fucked up part, Trips. You just said we got our franchise quarterback. Pause. You stop right there. It took this fucking long to get a fucking franchise quarterback, and now you want to leave the state? Now you want to put this in? You want to put this on the game plan that we're going to leave the state with an alt, which is, in my opinion, is turning out to be an all-time great in the NFL. And you want to leave? This is part of, to your point, Trips. This is part of Kevin Warren's negotiation tactics. I believe that you are correct. I do not think they're leaving the state of Illinois. I don't believe it. I refuse to believe it. It is all negotiation tactics.
Well, but look at the opportunity that the organization has in Northwest Indiana. You know, granted, it's not Soldier Field, but Arlington Heights isn't either. You know, we would prefer Arlington Heights, obviously, but they're going to flip it nostalgia-wise. Did you know that George Halas played football in Hammond, Indiana in 1919? So theoretically, they could say, hey, this is nothing new. We're just coming back home and pitch it that way.
They would still be
the telecast. They'll have the outside shots of downtown, which you can probably see from where it is.
Clip this shit. I did not know that, Trips.
It's still gonna be located in a location on Earth named Chicagoland. I mean, it's closer from the current Soldier Field to Round Lake, Gray Lake, wherever that lake in Hammond, Indiana is.
Round Lake, that's where I grew up.
I know, I'm tainted by your spiel. It's closer there than it would be to go to Arlington Heights. Arlington Heights is located physically further away. So it's still on Lake Michigan. It's still Chicagoland. What's the problem?
Well, depending on where you're coming from. So if you live in Chicago Prosper and you're just driving 15 minutes to Soldier Field, well, yeah, it's going to be like another 20-minute drive for you to go. But for me, is there a fucking train that goes from Crystal Lake to Hammond, Indiana? I don't think there is.
Well, there will be.
Back to Illinois and pay some more taxes, and we'll get you a railroad system in like 20 years.
When you say train, they're building all of that access. Whatever
serious
site
about
they decide to build to locate the stadium in the Bear Village, let's call it, the metro system is going to be extended.
Really?
You
heard that for fact?
Yes.
I did not hear anything about public transportation being improved.
The mayor of Hammond said that the I think is it Metro, is it South Shore, whatever the name of that system is,
Metro
will be extended to that area. And
aren't the trains having awkward social issues right now where they're like going on strike and stuff? Is that old news at this point? I can't remember anymore.
I don't know their business like that.
My point here is he can lie about that all he wants, but as long as a road is built, they'll consider it done. A train system? That'll take decades.
I mean, Metro already goes to Hammond or Chicago or out there south somewhere.
So you feel like it would not be that big of an undertaking?
You know, it's not that big of a deal.
That's my biggest thing for Arlington Heights is that stuff's already there. You don't have to rely on a hope and a prayer.
But part of the ask, my understanding, was the infrastructure around Arlington Heights. We know, which would include the highway interchanges, the sewage, the electrical hookups for the entire area. So wherever they build this thing, there's going to be upgrades needed to attach it to the grid and the egress, and access to it.
And I would imagine that this is all tax certainties included in this negotiation. So
it seems as though Indiana, I don't know the specifics, but it was unanimous, for all their people. So whatever the spreadsheet says, it's like in year 2072 we're going to make this much profit, or whatever those projections are for the revenue streams. I'm sure they have, because obviously they're doing this and they're not just pulling numbers out of their ass. So the Illinois side of it is, well, we want to do this project, but we want the Bears just to write a check, and so the taxpayers aren't on the hook. But that's another difference. Indiana sees this as an investment, to where whatever cash or taxpayer funds they're outlying, they're gonna get back eventually from the revenue that the stadium and all of the events will produce. Whereas Illinois is saying, well, this is just a handout. And it's like, well, what about the revenue that it will produce? Where's that offsetting?
Again, this article, I'll find the source. It seems credible to my understanding. The guy called it a once-in-a-generation opportunity, right? So he says that, the article rather says, according to Senate-enrolled Act Number 27, Indiana's offer consists of 50% of the construction cost of the new stadium to be made by private investment. The state will also provide $1 billion, with a B, to the project. The money would be raised by a 1% tax on food and beverage in Lake and Porter counties, hotel tax increased by 5% in Lake County, and 12% admission tax for tickets at the new stadium. So essentially, they feel confident they can make the money back, and they'll offset by just giving the Bears anything that they need financially.
Well, the events,
everything financially.
Super Bowls, what is the revenue for a Super Bowl? Now they're competing for Final Fours. They're competing for the NFL Combine with Indianapolis.
This is a really good point that Triple R is making. 12% admission for a ticket, and a Super Bowl ticket, nosebleed seat nowadays, that's $10,000, gentlemen. So what's 12% of 10,000? You do the math for me. So they'll make that money back. No questions asked.
College football playoffs. The events that Soldier Field cannot host, is part of, the attraction of a dome stadium wherever it is. So that's another, X out for Soldier Field, or staying along the lakefront.
And the only thing that Soldier Field can do as far as those types of events normally result in the field being fucking trash before the next game for the Bears.
Yeah.
So.
And and it's like, well, shit, we can't even get natural grass. Can't keep that on.
Well, you were bad talking Eberflus. We all were, right? But he in theory fixed that issue, to my understanding, right? They had implemented the Kentucky bluegrass.
Kentucky bluegrass. That was Bermuda bluegrass.
Maybe it was Bermuda. Maybe it was, yeah.
It's Bermuda.
Yeah.
Shout out to him for that. But so you look at the revenue aspects of it, and it's like, well, would you want the crumbs of that if you're a Illinois border city, or do you want to keep all of that in Arlington Heights? So the entire state will benefit from it. This is a jelly belly issue.
Yeah, the only other thing,
if I'm the damn governor, somebody in my office is being assigned by me 2 years ago. Figure out this Arlington Heights situation, equitable for everybody, and let's keep it moving. Next issue.
So again, the only last thing that I can really offer to this argument or this conversation, there's a re-election in Illinois. It's about early November, right? It says that Jelly Belly's up for the general election on November 3rd. The left, from my point of view, from the very young crowd, they despise and applaud people who want to kill millionaires, billionaires, anyone who's financially successful. They literally hate them. So for Jelly Belly to go out and say, hey, you know what? I like the Bears. I want to keep them. That would look bad from his campaign, in my opinion. The left would not support that. So that's the last thing I can say. They are really dug in, man. This might not get resolved until after that election on November.
That's true. But the funny thing is understanding that, yes, the McCaskies are theoretically billionaires because the Bears franchise is worth, $8 billion or whatever. That's not all liquid. That's not all cash.
Solidified.
The problem is you already nailed hit the nail on the head. Theoretical is all that matters.
Right.
They're theoretically a billionaire. That's good enough. I hate them. That's exact.
Right.
That's the end of the story.
No one can
but as
take
we
any
looked
money
at it-
out of the team because they don't have it. It's not liquidated. It's all in what the value of the of the team is. Thank you. Go ahead.
Doesn't matter.
But what the thing is, while your Elon Musk, your Jeff Bezos, your all of those rich assholes, we understand, it's like, hey, power to the people, money to the people, and not just the 1%. I don't think anybody really views George McCaskey as the 1%. George is the guy that will take a picture with every fan during training camp. I got one myself.
I've done it. I've
You
done it
are spot on.
Twice myself. Trips. Twice in 2 weeks myself.
I got one with my niece and nephew. He's at every event. He's working the stands, and in the summertime, what's he doing? He's umpiring little league games. So he's doing, rich people shit because he ain't got to have a job because the Bears is his job, but he's not doing billionaire shit, which is, with the yachts and the whores around the world and the islands and such. He's not living
He's
like
not
islands
obviously filthy rich. I get that, but again, it wouldn't hold up in the general.
But are we really disparaging this man?
No.
And his family
Nope.
from saying we
No.
want what other NFL franchises have in terms of space and the stadium and all of this entertainment stuff, as opposed to what I opened was, it's like, oh, the McCaskeys are so low budget, so low rent. They are stepping into the modern times.
Yes, they are.
And I think we need to embrace that as fans.
I agree. I think we need to put all this McCaskey shit to bed. Listen, we've done many shows about this, subject. The McCaskies are not to blame, man. They are doing everything that they can, and they got fucked inside and out with the whole stadium deal with the current Soldier Field, with the park. So PJ wants to talk. Go ahead, PJ.
No, I just was about to say I got to go because I got a thing to do in the morning. So, guys, thank you for the conversation tonight. Guys, continue on. Have a good night. Good to see you guys. Appreciate you.
PJ,
And
love you, man.
Talk to you guys soon.
Right
All
on,
right, buddy.
Have a good night, PJ. Good talking to you.
Good night, buddy. The Friends of the Park. That's the problem, man. The Bears have been renting the fucking stadium for however long they've been doing it. And they still owe over $80 million on this property that's been redeveloped.
No, the Bears don't know shit. The contract was with the Chicago Park District
in 2001, 2002, whatever.
The Bears paid their part.
Yes.
The Park District did not. That's not the Bears' fault. Now,
They
there
won't admit
is,
to
like,
that.
if they do break the lease, there is that, I think, $90 million fee for breaking the lease early. But, okay. What do you do? But that's just part of the frustration, as a fan, who grew up in the city. And, every time we go Soldier Field, there's a game. It's all lit up and shit. I worked Andy Frame. So I've been through the bowels of Soldier Field, and when I say bowels, I think that's a very good description of it.
Yeah.
And speaking of bowels, Shorty, leave the toilet paper alone. You're getting too old for that. Your hemorrhoids ain't gonna like it. Get you a bidet, son. Trust me.
I have a bidet, my man.
Well, there you go. And if it's not the bidet, wet wipes. Never with the dry.
Hey,
we are not animals.
Hey, Trips, that's
You're
why
not.
that's why you agree with me. I don't stand up to piss anymore. I sit down to piss, right? You don't want to
Thank
piss
you.
Thank you. Come on. Fuck you, Carl. We are on this shit. We're gonna
Look.
we're about to
Because
you gotta
when
sit
you're
down.
still
Yeah,
young-
you're on that toilet. I get you're on that shitter. Yeah, I get it.
Well, no, but it's not always take a shit. It's to take a leak. Because guess what?
Exactly.
Sometimes
Here we go.
when our Willie is spraying, we don't know where that spray is going. Sometimes it goes left. Sometimes it goes right. You know, and sometimes we got to use our ears. Like, that's not the water. That's not the water. There's
We gotta use our ears.
Pissing off your kids' fucking toys.
Spray, you got to clean that shit up. So you cut down on having to do that. You cut down on the smell. And then when you sit there, as you get older, you have to realize that pushing out the urine, that don't happen no more. You got to kind of let it just drippy dick its way on out. If you
got it's got a drippy dick its way out, right?
You see how I cue that shit up?
No, you see how I cue this shit up?
But you let it drip, and then you're relaxed, and then you shake, and then you go.
Greetings. I'm Dr. Dick Richards. Have you ever thought you were done going pee-pee, only moments later to find a drip or 2 or 3 in your...
Talking about?
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm talking about.
Now, it's okay for the drippiness because you are on the toilet.
Yep.
Now, if you were standing up and you dripping, now you in line at Walgreens smelling like pee.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You don't want that in your life.
1,000%, my man. 1,000%, my man.
Greetings. I'm Dr. Dick Richards. Have you ever thought you were done going pee-pee, only moments later to find a drip or 2 or 3 in your underwear? Have you ever felt ashamed? Well, feel ashamed no more.
Feel ashamed no more, my friends, because drippy dicks is real. You take a piss, you have some drippy dicks. Come on, everyone knows it. Come on, you fucking don't deny it.
I mean, back in the day, you could go to sporting events and pee in the trough. No big deal.
Yeah.
As you get older, it's like, man, I think I'm gonna go ahead and wait on that stall.
I'm 800 years old, Trips. I'm not there yet.
I will never forget, Trips, when you backed my ass up in our chat one night. You're like, man, you want to get that shit splattered all over your legs and shit when you're pissing? Hell no. You want to sit down to piss.
What did Shorty do to Triple R's ass?
Knew that was coming.
Hey.
You're out of here. You're out of here. You are removed. Get the fuck out of here, Carl.
Hey. Yeah, every time you splash, one of those little speckles of piss speckle,
yes,
you know, that's gonna dry up and smell. You know, now you got yellow stains
on your legs, and all that shit. It's on your friends' toys, the kids' toys that are on the pool or around the toilet that go in the toilet. You know,
they go in the tub toys.
The tub toys.
Oh, you get Shorty peeing on tub toys for the neighbors.
Fuck that shit. I'm not pissing on tub toys. That's why.
Not on purpose.
That's why I like to.
Greetings. I'm Dr. Dick Richards. Have you?
And it's like, even if you stand up, it's like you gotta lean on something.
yes, sir.
And then especially when you get a certain age and you got to go, let's say in the middle of the night, like 2, 3, 4 times. You ain't trying to stand there all 2, 3, 4 times.
Oh my God!
Shit! Get a few winks and then go back to bed.
Wait, how old are you, Trips?
I don't have that problem either yet.
Trips, your age is what?
I was born in 1968. Do the math.
I'm born in 1974. Fuck, you're older than me, man.
58.
Holy shit.
58.
Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Because
you're going on 60. Holy shit.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I said,
you hit getting close to that 60 and the body starts fucking up a little. You got to take.
Oh my God, no kidding.
Better care of it.
Yeah.
Peptides.
You know, because it's not only about. Yes, you can be healthy. You can take the peptides. You can eat a vegetarian or a vegan diet. But if part of your body is like, hey, I ain't gonna work no more. Fuck you. You know, one of your organs, or you know what I'm saying, your heart issues, or kidneys, or liver, or brain, or whatever is like, you're the healthiest son of a bitch ever. But something in your body says, you know what, you're human. And this don't work like that no more.
Here's the biggest problem in this country today.
So what you want, a goddamn cookie, Cliffy? Because you can pee standing up.
Yeah, what the fuck, Cliff? What? You want a cookie because you can stand it up? Like, fuck you, Cliff.
Did you guys not acknowledge Alex's comment either?
Not to.
I did.
My nephew is nonverbal autistic with shakes, and he can stand pissing up. You guys need some help.
He can stand pissing up. That's White Claw number 4, I hear.
But he's like 14 years old, man. Come on. I'm 52.
But I bet that bathroom smelled like piss all the fucking time.
Absolutely.
The biggest problem is the food that they grow today is like 70% less nutritious than it was 50, 60 years ago. That's
100%.
just an outright fact.
Yep.
That's the biggest problem because your body can't do what it intends to do because you're not getting the right nutrients. That's why this country is the way it is. I mean, it's a fact. You go look at Japan. Go look at these other countries and look what they're doing.
Foster, are you proposing that we increase the taxes to fix that?
Exactly where I'm going with it.
All the things that we can point out, the negatives, the bad, whether it be political, whether it be health, whether it be the processed and the pesticides and the whatever the hell in our food. But something that I am reinvigorated by and having a little pride about is seeing all these foreign fuckers come to the United States for the World Cup, just living their best fucking life, doing shit that we take for granted, whether it be from enjoying ranch dressing to foods or
pissing up, yes.
Sitting down to pee, all of that. So while we have our issues, it's still better than other places, and there's still things to be proud of. That is kind of reinvigorating.
Speaking of that subject, Trip, and you're dead on. So a lot of these countries that have this idea of us from movies and shows and what their media says, they're seeing the real Americans in the best possible light because they're seeing what this country really is, what it should be, what it should be. We were on the road there once. I don't know what happened.
Oh my God!
Well, no, man. Well, corruption. We already covered all that. Never mind. Quite.
But Cliffy, Cliffy's always trying to bring this shit back to politics. Damn it. People from around the world are finding out that in reality, in America doesn't match, their media propaganda about the country.
That's what I just said, though.
Yeah, but we can say that around any other country as well.
Absolutely.
Because the media is going to do what the media does.
Yep.
Cliff is very listen, let me start over. I love Cliff. But he is very propaganded to his own media
bubble.
Correct. His own political bubble
ecosystem.
Yes, thank you. And I am fucking dead center with that shit. I believe in women's rights. I believe in gun rights. I believe there is no political system in America that any one of us can vote for that means what we really believe. It's either all this or all that. There's no
what the lesser of two evils.
We can't mesh together and go, we believe in this thing. It has to be all this or all that. That's the thing that I hate about politics. And that's why I choose not to talk about politics on this show. And that's why we're going to end this talk about politics on this show.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So back to Bears. So Trips.
The Bears.
Trips, man.
And the state politics.
I got a huge question.
But we can talk about state politics for sure, right? For Trips, like I love having you on this show, man. You are just an enlightenment with us for all of us, man. You're like a good friend of the show. You are a part
Trips,
of what
motherfucker. He's Trips.
This motherfucker, like Trips, man. You helped BCP become what it is. And then, things happen, life happens, and all that shit. And I just love you for coming back and hanging out with us tonight, because it's been a pleasure hanging out with you. I'm wrapping this up in case you can't tell. You are an absolute treasure to us and a pleasure to have on the show with us. And we love you and appreciate you. And you are always welcome here anytime you want. You just say the word, man. You are on the show. You have an open invitation. We love you, my man. So thank you for joining us, man. Please, again, tell everyone where we can find you on all your different adventures that you're doing in your life, because you got some great shit going on.
You've got some crazy dudes involved in his shows. I
Yes,
don't know.
for sure.
Therapy is a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nobody tell you. You know, sometimes you got to talk it out. Sometimes you got to, work it out, as long as you don't act it out, because sometimes, bad shit be formulating, and you got that devil on the shoulder be telling you to do bad shit. Don't listen to that motherfucker.
Normally for me, that guy's named Foster.
Me too. And then
PJ's on the other shoulder.
Well, then also Foster's on the good shoulder. I'm like, what the? Who am I? PJ and Foster are on the same shoulder. What the fuck's going on right now?
Stained mustache, non-stained mustache, Foster.
But it's all love. I appreciate the opportunity to, just be me. Not have to stick, to the script. We're gonna stay on the subject matter of this and this and this. Like some podcasts, are where you don't have the human aspect and you don't have the tangents, or like as you see. So shout out to everybody, and of course the work that you can find under the Sports Chicago Style. That's the channel on YouTube at RRSCS, but that's also the website, which I also have been busy redesigning.
Nice.
Brandbuilderspro.com. Do you need graphics for your social medias? Do you need a website? Brandbuilderspro.com. So,
do they utilize AI whatsoever? Triple R, do you know?
Just say again.
Does that website, that brand that you just suggested, do they utilize AI whatsoever?
As a tool, yes.
Okay.
Is there any kind of a format digital that you can utilize nowadays that does not have an AI aspect to it?
Well, definitely the tool, right? But more so, like, I see so many different mediums.
He's gone. Go ahead.
Well, no,
go ahead and finish Trips.
Well, but to that point, there has been a discussion between some creators that let's say
Fuck you, Carl.
Why? AI stop the slop.
Everyone has to use AI now.
It's all going to be owned by OpenAI. You're literally working for OpenAI. It's impossible.
There's a difference.
Why don't you start using it? Why don't you start using it?
I am as my
No, for the thumbnails. Use it for the thumbnails. See what happens.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference though. It's like for all of my content, I make my own thumbnails. That's just part of the creative process.
Thank you.
There
So do
are other content creators that say, "Hey, I'm just going to use AI to make my thumbnails, or I'm going to use AI to make my intro or exit music." Or in the realm of website design, sometimes you use AI to make an HTML code, or to design certain code. So AI is intertwined.
Let me tell you.
Oh my God, Carl hates AI. By the way, guys,
my
Carl
use
AI.
of coding at work for work purposes is literally 100% AI. I can't code with PowerShell, but I fucking use it very often.
So
what is it? Is
you don't have a choice.
AI
the point is, I guess I should be very specific when I make the criticism. Is it
Copilot?
Sure, that's one of them. Sure.
Yeah. And
the thing here is that the AI usage for images, for thumbnails, for graphics, for anything visual, to me, it all looks the exact same. It's garbage. It's awful. It doesn't look nice to me at all, right?
Yeah.
Even like, I think I just saw something from like, I hate to throw them under the bus, literally Bussin' with the Boys with Taylor Lewan, and I keep forgetting the other guy's name. They do a fun, it's a very popular podcast nowadays. They'll release garbage graphics. Oh, this player's making such and such annual per year. Literally got the information incorrectly from an AI. I forgot the term what it is. Anyway, incorrect information. Then you make a shitty looking graphic, and it's slop, man. I very much frown upon that. I think it's nasty stuff.
Well, the thing is that people are
get over it, bro.
Using AI in place of actual talent. And I don't want to say that you have to know how to code or, you know, how to be a Photoshop pro to make a thumbnail when your purpose is to make a podcast and the thumbnail is just the ancillary part of it. You know, so yeah, you use AI. But yeah, it all looks the same and it all looks artificial because guess what? It is. But a lot more of the issues come in when now AI is used in more and more and more of the content creation to where now it's not content creation, it's basically AI being managed by humans. And so as far as like Sports Chicago style or Brand Builders Pro in this case for the web design and all those things, as a tool, yes. But visually, if you've ever used any of the AI chatbots, and you ask it a question, it will answer your question, but you can tell it's a computer. It does not have specific human.
Wait. Foster,
I want to ask you guys a question.
Wait, Foster, stop nodding your head like you know what the fuck you're talking about. You are off like building roofs and doing shit. You have no idea.
Dude, here, I don't like AI because all the fucking data centers are going to drain the lakes. They're trying to put 93 of them here. And I'll bet you this is part of the deal. They don't want the Bears in Arlington Heights because that's part of their land grab. But make that a data center.
I have a fucking data center a mile and a half away from me. It is like a 75,000 million fucking square center warehouse.
How much did your utility?
You should drive your truck up to it and live stream and just record and just have that be an episode next week.
Oh, I will then. I will. It'll take me a minute to drive there. It's like it's nothing.
Well, but the issue is, yes, the data centers, you know, take our natural resources, and it's bad for the environment and all of that. But they wouldn't be as necessary, or they wouldn't need to be as big if they were actually just used to make, you know, thumbnails or AI slop, which is just a waste of fucking time anyway. But if you want to, you know, not get political, I would just, you know, look at the people that own the data centers, you know, those tech giants, and their thoughts on surveillance and what, you know, technology is required for mass surveillance. And you find that many of the same components are in these data centers. I'm just saying.
Shorty says, no political talk. Proceeds to go further into the political talk.
And Scroll says, I don't use AI to make suggestive images of Carol Burnett like Foster does.
Carol Burnett, Vicki Lawrence, and a little drink. That's a menage a trois. But you know, I've been in conferences where AI and robotics, you know, were still in development, but the way they are now, you can put any kind of, let's say, Carol Burnett, you know, an archive of everything she's done publicly and said into an AI, and then design the robot to mimic her, you know, her body movements. And now you have an AI robot of this personality, but without any of the actual personality.
Tim Conway rolling over in his grave, Foster. 100% correct. Triple R. I know, it's scary, man. It's scary. It's scary, man. It's,
you know,
it's very weird and scary.
The part that I dislike the most, we talked about the image creation, right? And how I think that's garbage. It all looks the same. Maybe a more sinister aspect of it is that I know very popular channels in our little ecosystem of Bears content creation that have their scripts fully generated by AI. Yeah. Everything they're saying is from AI. It's not authentic. And you guys are consuming it. I know you guys are consuming
of at least
it.
One.
And you have no idea of what it is. And that's really scary to me.
Me too.
Yeah. You can tell by the repetition of certain phrases or headings or topics, and it's like, why do you keep saying that? Oh, because that's what the script says. And so it's like you still have to humanize it, if you will.
I know this much. It's not coming from you or your sister channel, Nomad Network, which a lot of people think I have a problem with Nomad. I do not. And Keds, the Canuck, you guys do not do any of that stuff. I know you do not. It's visible. You can see it. That's what makes it so special to have like guests like you on our show tonight, especially longtime guests who have been a part of this show for many, many, many shows in the past. And that's what makes it so special for you to join us tonight, Trips. Like you have been just like an honor to have us on, to honor for us to have you on tonight. I mean, you just thank you.
Right on. To wrap that up, at RRSCS for Sports Chicago Style, for Chef Trips and his video recipes at Chef Trips CHEFTRIPS, and then for the foundation, the Flow and the Fight with Coach Tripping and Trip at Trip Kundo TRIPPKUNE Doe. Once again, big up to everybody. You know, Shorty, Uncle fucking motherfucking fucking Foster. You know, Carl, aka Gadzooks. You know, P to the motherfucking J. You know, shout out to the BCP and the whole fam in the chat. You know, I know all of y'all because I see all you motherfuckers all the goddamn time. So shout out to every one of you.
Man, shout out to you, man, too, man, because you are the shit, and we love having you on the show. Love talking with you. You are the shit, my man. Thank you for joining us tonight.
I appreciate it, and see y'all next time, and see y'all on the interweb soon.
Hey, you want to end this shit with a, as we always do, a 1, a 2, a 3?
Bears.
I think Triple R said FGB one time, but how do we go the entire episode without saying
it? Fuck Green Bay.
We BCP, we BCP.